countdown is on. There is just 75 days to go until the culinary equivalent of the Olympics. 75 days to go until the 2013 Bocuse d'Or competition kicks off in Lyon. And 75 days until the waiting for the UK team of Adam Bennett and Kristian Curtis comes to an end. Alongside UK President Brian Turner, the President of the Academy of Culinary Arts and the UK Bocuse d'Or judge, the team met with BigHospitality at the restaurant show to discuss their preparation and what they made of their chances. While the details of the fish course won't be revealed until the end of November, Bennett has now been joined full-time by Curtis to work out how they will prepare the Irish beef element required in the final. The team have already had a taste of success after coming 6th in the European final in Brussels earlier this year, where they also scooped the best meat prize. So what is the key to preparing for the grand final on the 29th of January?
I think that it's really a question of finding yourself, what your self-expression is, and then going through the medium that's been chosen, which is the beef. Adam and Kristian have seen how it works, so that's no surprise. All it is unrevealed is the fish. So we can work on the meat rate, which they are doing. But I think it's very important to remember it was the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe last weekend. Great horse race, a lot of money. The horse that won it was nowhere with a furlong to go, but it weaved its way through, and this is very much about what happens on the day, and it's the preparation. You can and you see candidates who've peaked, who've tired of the dish, who haven't got excitement in this. The job is to hold yourself in restraint, but actually still to have enough knowledge to be able to get the foundations there. On the day, you have to deal with it as it comes, and no matter how much you've practiced for 5.5 hours as a practice, the chemistry of that room and the people surrounding it and the noise that's going on will make it differently.
Last time out in 2011, Simon Holston managed 13th place for the UK, while well-funded and practiced Scandinavian chefs dominated the top spots. However, in a twist this year, more emphasis will be placed on geographic-specific elements, and for the first time, the UK team have access to a professional training kitchen at University College Birmingham. So what targets have they made ahead of 2013?
My personal approach, I think every chef would be slightly different, is to not put too much pressure on myself within my own mind. And my way of doing that
I'm not helping probably with asking that question.
Is purely to focus on the products, focus on the food. How do we want to represent it at its best? Refining things. For example, I've made 5 different versions of a basic beef shoot in order to get the best possible result on the day. Now, the reason I'm kind of reinvestigating that is that we've got the opportunity with Bocuse where the budget allows us to spend a bit more on a sauce than we would even at a Michelin star restaurant. So I'm making a beef sauce that costs me over £30 for the stock, and it makes me 250 mils of sauce. So that's unrealistic in the real world, but for Bocuse, we're doing realistic things. I think also, worrying too much about what other people do has never been my style, and it's just a distraction we don't need. Let's give everything to the products. That's what it's all about.
Bennett and Curtis have now both stepped aside from their day jobs at Michelin-starred restaurant Simpson's in Birmingham to concentrate on the competition, perfecting everything from the beef fillet platter to the accompanying ox cheek, tail and blade. The unique, frenzied atmosphere of the prestigious competition, while the kitchen surveillance team of jurors look on, is enough to frighten anyone. But Curtis said the pair's previous visit to the Bocuse d'Or Grand Final would allow them to enjoy the experience more.
Well, I went with a college in 2006, I think it was. So I saw Andre Garrett, and nothing could prepare me. Just being in the crowd for what goes on there, it's like a football match. You block it out, but you know it's there and you just enjoy it.
There will be some countries who have not had the finances to send their people there before. Consequently, to them it'll be, whereas to these lads it'll be.
A fundraising dinner will be held later this month. Meanwhile, people are being encouraged to vote for the team's poster or donate funds, time or equipment. As Turner said, this applies to everyone in the industry and beyond, as he called on the Olympic spirit to be reignited.
If I could say, this year has been a fantastic year for the United Kingdom and Europe, but the UK, the Olympics were sensational. The spirit and the attitude of Joe Soap, they followed everybody and anybody. support in any way that you can. Be there and shout, write a letter and say, come on UK, you can do it. Send us £1 million, whatever you want to do. It's up to, send us £2.50, whatever it is. We will use that to help this gentleman and this young man come up with the best team effort. Say, we might not have won it, but we're very proud. But on the other hand, if we won it, fantastic.